Baweep Grana Weep Nitty Bong, I'm Engineer Hoist. Welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars live stream, recorded live Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern over on twitch.tv/Engineer Hoist. Head on over there, give us a follow, and you can join these lovely folks in the chat. Let's give some shout outs here. Stuck in beta phase, Devastator 101, who's coming back as 123 at some point. Chris, what's up, man? Good to see you, fellow Nontoxic gamer. Ultra Magnus, Lord Megatron, Big D, Magnus Prime UK, Oktar, Dev No Ray, Silverbolt, Dojak, Gunfire, a whole bunch of people here. Stick around, we are going to be catching the new bot Lightspeed in action after the news. But we do start off the stream with a question, and today I asked, who is your favorite human villain in all of Transformers? And you got a couple of good answers. We had somebody voted for Dr. Arkaville from back in G1, Giga and Mega, who I believe are the Power Master partners of Overlord. Victory did something weird, and so I'm not entirely sure how that works out, but I know they're related to Overlord somehow. And we had a couple of votes for Mech from Transformers Prime. My personal villain is Spike Witwicky from G1. I'm kidding. I mean, he always got them in trouble or whatever. But no, seriously, I vote for Mech as well. By far and above the best human villains. Silas in particular, who is the leader of Mech. Okay, and we got a late vote in for Luca, the Decepticon partner in the Transformers Earth Wars game. So, way to keep it on topic there, Lord Megatron. I didn't particularly think you were a fan of Luca, Lord Megatron, but that's okay. This weekend's event is called Expanded Universe, and the new bots, Lightspeed and Ironbison, are joining the ranks. So that's right, they're releasing this weekend. This is the time that you can go out there and get them. As I said before, stick around. We will be seeing Lightspeed in action in the test server. It's as usual, it's an alliance event, and in addition to a chance at these bots, you can win up to 20,000 premium shards, 50,000 combat spark, 100,000 spark, and those 100 Pathfinder crystals, which gives you that chance at Lightspeed or Ironbison, plus also a chance for crystal shards. This is an Alliance Prestige event, starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time. There are 100 Prestiges, and there is Super XP up for grabs as you go and battle during this event. To battle in during an event, you have to be headquarters level 4 as you do for any event. You got to be in an alliance, hit that yellow event button, select your zone, win the battle, end the points, and then go collect the prizes. The battle zones are the standard battle zones. And here's the list of the prizes that you'll get as up to 100 different times. This is the prizes per prestige. Start off getting a prize basically every 2,500 points that the alliance scores. You start off with some premium shards, combat spark, and then a Pathfinder crystal to complete the prestige at 10,000 points per prestige. And here are the rewards that you could possibly get from the Pathfinder crystal. Now you have a 10% chance to get one of those bots, and then within that 10% there's percentages which were not published to determine whether you get the 2, 3, or 4 star, and then an additional 30% chance to get any of those 3 different shard crystals. So you'll be getting shards more often than you'll be getting bots as you crack these crystals. Pretty much the same odds as we've seen the last few times they've run an event like this. But you probably will see, at least, depending on how many crystals you crack, you'll be seeing those bots every so often. A lot of times, most of us don't come out of there with anything but a 2-star. But you know that very first crystal that you crack could be a 4-star, and I wish you luck. Hopefully that's how it works out for you and for me. But it's not going to be for everyone. So There we go. There is Lightspeed. We've got his bio again. Let's go ahead and read that bio. Everything happens too slowly for Lightspeed's liking. The hyperspeed of his processor and the rate he interprets data and formulates strategies creates the illusion of a world around him that seems turgid, lifeless, and constraining. And more than anything, he itches to be free of that planet's gravity and soaring through the boundless reaches of outer space. Nevertheless, Lightspeed identifies this yearning as frivolous and counterproductive, especially at a time of war, and instead channels all of his kinetic thought processes into trenchant action. Remold of Dust Up, yeah, basically it's based off the toys. The toys started with Dead End in this mold, so if you hear people talking about it, you probably hear them, certainly from me, refer to this as the Dead End mold. And there were, I think, like 8 different toys released with the same mold, including Prowl and Smokescreen, Blue Streak, Dust Up, and they did a Wild Rider, which was Breakneck, Lightspeed, of course. Quite a few bots, but it's okay though, because as a toy, it was actually a very good toy. We did learn his and their ability this weekend. It was actually pretty cool. If you saw the newsletter, they said that this was actually helped to be developed by the playtesters as they were going around. They all threw out ideas, and then from all those ideas, they kind of threw them in a pot, boil, top, and came out with this ability. And it's called Sonic Boom, where you rush into combat and back so fast that you damage and slow down targets on your way, which includes a 70% speed reduction for some seconds, and it also deals a certain amount of damage to the final target. And that sounds pretty cool. I did actually get a chance to try this out a couple of times, and yeah, it's actually a pretty cool little ability. It's not a game-changing ability by any stretch of the imagination, but I can see how it could be quite useful in some instances. The Decepticon counterpart is, of course, Ironbison. Stubborn, intransigent, and adamant that he knows best, Ironbison is generally slow to react to the point of ponderousness, and then explodes into thundering action, often choosing the course he's been specifically told not to take. If self-belief were armor, he'd be nigh on invulnerable, but unfortunately his bluster far outweighs his talents and common sense, and he'll often end up in dire need of rescue. Brute force and a thick forehead will only get you so far, but it's a lesson that Ironbison resolutely refuses to learn, even after taking some very hard knocks. So, that's like the perfect description for a tank-like character. Pretty sure I said that last week too, but the point stands. And he shares the same ability with Lightspeed, rushing into combat apparently without question or reason, and then also back fast, damaging and slowing targets, and also dealing damage to the final target. And that's basically it for the news. There were some updates to the Prime League effects. So if you're in the Prime League, chances are you've got the newsletter and you know what those are. I generally don't report on those, though. But did a reminder for anybody who happens to be watching the replay, head on over to twitch.tv/EngineerHoist, click the little heart button, which gives you a follow, and you can also choose to be notified, because I do, when I start the streams about 10 minutes before we record, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EngineerHoist. So here we are. Let me throw this up there. This is the test server. So do not freak out about the number of coins or Z-Energon or how the heck did you get Lightspeed already if he's not even out kind of questions. This is the test server. It's only for testing and showing off the abilities of new bots, and has absolutely zero to do with my main account. There's people out there who question that and can't wrap their heads around it, so I have to give that disclaimer. Okay, so here is Lightspeed. Here is his the stats at level 54 and level 8 ability. He is a warrior class, and so you can see all of that. I have not equipped the Power Core or Combat Bot, obviously. So this says 8.5 seconds. If we were to upgrade this, the duration of the slowdown does actually increase with the level, as does the damage to the final target. So Lightspeed is the Flash and Ironbison is the Reverse Flash, says Optimus Prime. You can look at it that way, sure. The colors are even almost right. Reverse Flash is kind of yellowish, and so is, well, he is yellow, and Ironbison's kind of yellowish, so. So there he is. He's got the whole front half of his car alt mode on his back, just like all of the other bots that share that same mold. And there he is, and he's even kind of got a light bar, similar to, I guess, taken more after Prowl. Streetwise. Streetwise was another one who shared this same mold. I can't remember if the toy of Lightspeed had a light bar or not, because I don't actually have this figure. I really shouldn't, but if the toy has it, then that's probably why they have it. So there you go, and back to robot mode. Starts off kind of doing a push-up, then hops up, pumps his fist, and stands ready to battle. And speaking of battling,
Autobots, roll out.
Let's get in here. And he's not on that squad. Oh, it's running a little slow for me. Scrolled right past it. I think he's on the third squad. Yeah, there he is. Lightspeed, and brought in his Technobot buddies, Nose Cone and Strafe, and padded out the squad with a few other of the newer bots. So we'll go into Zone 12. Didn't try him on Zone 13 yet. G1 Lightspeed does not have the red bar. He's not even the this mold, the G1. Okay, we've got confirmation that the toy does have the light bar. Okay, well then that makes sense. Okay, so here we are. This is one of the generic bases that they have on the test server. And let's go ahead and just drop Lightspeed, so you can kind of see how he works out. Okay, so his ability, we're going to go target. So he's got a pretty decent range. Let's go hit that missile launcher there. Shoots out and then shoots right back. And you can kind of see everything else along the way is kind of slowed down. So he's not going to probably be able to solo many bases, so I figured I'd bring in the rest of the squad here. But he can help by slowing things down. Goes out there, causes a little bit of damage and some slowdown. Then it comes right back to the fray, so it's kind of gives you the benefits of a rushing style bot without being a suicide bot, where they go out there and do all that damage, but then just not being able to, you go out there, you do a lot of damage, but then they can end up taking a lot of damage because they're stuck over there with no support. So it's actually a really good thing. I like that ability. So there you go. There's Lightspeed for you. Don't blink, all I see is a red blur. Literally the Transformers version of the Flash.
Autobots, roll out.
Let's head on back in there and go try him out in Zone 13 this time. Devastator pulled a 4-star hook from a free crystal. Very nice. Unfortunately, it's on your Autobot account, so it doesn't really help contribute to Devastator, but still. Oh, well. Let's see how well he does against this base. wonder if he'll be able to solo this one. Nice hit on the headquarters there. Alright, I'm gonna drop everybody. Not really a good base to show off his abilities there, is it? But, do appreciate the win there from whoever left his headquarters in front on the test server. Regentus Rex, thank you. Optimus Rodimus, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for joining.
Autobots, roll out.
Alright, let's try Zone 13 again, see if we can get another base that might be able to... a good test to show off his ability. Well, we got the headquarters way over there, but, you know, which we could really shoot straight at if we wanted to, but I think I'll start on the opposite side just to make it more of a challenge so we can show off the abilities and stuff.
Deploy.
I don't usually battle these level bases. So, we'll see how this goes. What do I got fired up there? Okay. Oh, and they're going around the side, and they're probably going to go get distracted by all that stuff up top. Indeed they are. The one time you actually don't want them to go up top. And see, now this is one drawback, because you'd like him to stay there, but instead he actually shot back. Okay, so let's stay up here with who came along with him? Nose Cone. Oh, okay, they're out of commission for a while. I don't know if they're gonna last. No, they didn't last. You fools! Big bronze rim, nail on the head right there. Definitely a support bot. You can spam him while using him on a walk team to mitigate the damage. There you go. And I think that's why they're releasing him in this prestige style of event. The bots that are game changers tend to be the leaderboard bots. If they're support bots, tend to get released in these prestige style events.
Roll out.
No crystal cracking this week. Optimus Prime didn't last weekend. Didn't really drop any bundles. Just some shard or crystals. Just some shard crystals, and I wasn't interested in the bundle. We got a Skylink seal there. What would be cool is a bot that you can switch his or her class from Gunner, Healer, Warrior. Yeah, I don't see that happening. In a way, you can kind of switch the class of some bots, not within those three. But you can take like an air class bot and turn them into a gunner by throwing Flak or Crater Maker on there. So there is a little bit of that available. You could turn a gunner into more of a medium range attacker by throwing on like Blowpipe or Fire Drive. But warriors are still warriors, and they'll get the melee combat bots, and healers are still healers. I think the only thing that the healers can bring to the table, as far as combat bots go, are like Ravage and Night Stalker. I do love all those explosions. I think that's 6-gun, dropping all those bombs. When are they going to make 6-gun crystals available for purchase? I would think pretty soon. Sunstreaker Waza, welcome, my friend. Didn't see you in here so far, but you saying that there's a mixed bundle this weekend with 6-gun in it? That's usually how they get released first. They'll be just they're probably the low amount, probably paired with 2 other bots. Lord Megatron, thank you so much for the kind words. I hardly think of myself as famous, but in a way, I suppose, a little bit, maybe. You like that I have Lionizer on... Do I have Lionizer on Nose Cone? I do have Lionizer on Nose Cone. I didn't even realize that. Good eye. Good eye. I'm guessing you have Lionizer on Nose Cone there, Optimus Rodimus? I still like Lionizer on Inferno. The whole fire and the fireman kind of dynamic, I still think that's pretty cool. Lionizer's really good on Rook too, by the way, or Blot and Catgut for you Decepticons.
Deploy now. Reap the whirlwind.
If you've been watching me for a while, you can tell I don't put a whole lot of strategy into how I drop my bots, and that's pretty much how I play the game on a regular basis. That's why I'm not really super high level battling in Prime League or anything like that. I would lose quite often. Do you think Omega Supreme might have a cool ability? I would hope so. With all the hype that he's getting, I hope that he's going to have some good abilities. I'm not sure if we've... if we go back and look at the stream where they announced them, I think we might be able to see the names of the abilities, but not necessarily exactly what they do. Guys are down there finishing that off. So there we go. Who's the Decepticon Omega Supreme? The counterpart to Omega Supreme is Overlord. Omega Supreme and Overlord actually are... There's actually 4 parts to them. You only need the first part to unlock them, and they'll be unlocked as a 2-star with a single ability. Then at some point in the future, there'll be a second part to get where you can unlock them as a 3-star. And then a third part to unlock them as a 4-star, and a fourth part to unlock them as a 5-star. Those guys will be the first 5-star combiners. So they're going to be in the combiner lab with different parts to collect, but not the same way as standard combiners.
Autobots, roll out.
And there are certain level requirements that you need to meet to be able to upgrade the star levels. So it's not like if you were able to get all 4 of the parts, you wouldn't be able to go to 5-star immediately. You would still have to level them to certain levels using Combiner Spark to be able to go up those levels. Okay, so here's another little Zone 13 base. Let's see how we do here.
Deploy. Attack.
This would be a base I wouldn't mind having Sludge on. He'd help with these walls. I mean, Nose Cone can help a little bit.
Abilities ready.
Oh, Death Chicken took out a couple of my guys.
Abilities ready.
So there's a good use for Lightspeed too. If you've got a defense which is kind of low in health and you can't quite get to him, you can shoot him over there and take him out.
Well done.
Oh, Optimus Prime said well done. I always love the positive reinforcement, the kind words from the boss bot. Okay. I think that's going to do it. I think we've got a pretty good feeling for Lightspeed, and just imagine Drill Horn for you Decepticons. And if you are a Decepticon and you want to actually see, or did I say Drill Horn? I meant Ironbison. If you actually want to see those guys in there, you could go check out Skywarp Greer, Trios Theory. Pretty good chance they're going to have videos on those bots if they don't have them already. No crystal cracking this week. Don't have any crystals. So that's pretty much all I got. We can go LB Green now following. Thank you. Welcome to the show. So this is Computron. We got Lightspeed down here. So just show off the the toy mode of Lightspeed. And so you can see that's basically him in his leg mode. Pretty easy to get him to robot mode. You just pull his legs out, except he's an old bot and their joints are kind of tight. So there is... Now this is the G1 Lightspeed, and that's not what the model they used for the game. But this is the only Lightspeed toy that I have. And a couple of quick little flips, and we've got him in his alt mode. I always liked this little guy, and the Technobots in particular, mostly because I have this whole set. So Optimus Rodimus is saying, "Oh, you don't have Lionizer on nose cone, but you got the idea." Okay, cool. Not powerful with his special ability and drill alone. Yeah, I agree. Nose cone, he's probably going to turn out to be a pretty decent tank, similar to, like, say, RC or Sludge, but where I don't particularly... Well, Sludge I use the ability, depends on the base. RC maybe sometimes. Laser Optimus is another one who's a very strong tank, but not necessarily, don't hardly use his ability. So there's Computron all back together. But still strong, good tanks for just walking through the base if you've got them on a squad with other bots with decent abilities. Because there's only so many special ability points to go around, so you can't necessarily use everybody's. So if you just need somebody who can absorb some damage and bash some walls or whatever, I think Nose Cone would fit that bill pretty well. What about the new campaign? You mean the one coming with Omega Supreme? Haven't heard anything more on that. Definitely sounds like it's going to be coming after the Return to Cybertron campaign. So certainly after Combiner Wars, because you have to unlock the Combiner Lab. But there was the question, would it be before or after the Return to Cybertron? But it sounds like you're going to have to beat the Return to Cybertron campaign. I tried it out on the test server to see how difficult it would be, because I was trying some things. Would you be able to do it with 2-star bots? And I don't think that's going to be a possibility. Some high-level 3-star bots could probably pull it off. I haven't done it on my main account yet. I will be recording that, maybe live, but definitely at least recording going through that Return to Cybertron campaign on my main account. I was also testing out to see if you got kind of like how the raids are, because they're based very similar on the raid bases. Because, you know, when you do the raid, you do a little bit of damage, but you're not going to ever beat the whole thing, but it keeps the damage. I was trying to see if that would be how it works, and it's not. Every time you go into it, it's a brand new full-strength base. Very similar to every other campaign. It doesn't keep the damage like the raids. It acts more like a campaign where it's full strength every time. So you can't just... Excuse me, you can't just continue to chip away at it. So... But they are kind of tough. There are ways to do it where you don't have to necessarily defeat the whole base. There are ways that you can find a path closer to the headquarters. But they do have to be some pretty strong bots that you have to send in there, though. So... I think that's going to do it for the video. For anybody on Twitch, stick around. We'll hang out for a little while longer. But for those of you on YouTube, just a reminder, head on over Wednesdays 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/EngineerHoist so you can join us live and participate in these after-hours chats and hangouts. And other than that, I guess that's going to do it. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends, and I'll see you next time.